So good morning. My name is John McGillivray. I've been part of the church council for about the last 4.5 years, and I've been asked by the council to chair the pastoral search team. So for the next couple of minutes, I'm going to give you an update on our progress so far, and I'll be doing this on a regular basis. So last Sunday, the church council met with pastors Gary Blanchard and Phil Schneider from the Illinois District Councils of the Assemblies of God. And our purpose was to discuss not only the transition plan, but understand in depth the pastoral search process itself. Now, these two men help 10 to 15 churches every year go through a transition process like what we are going to go through. And to kind of put that in perspective, there's about 300 churches for the Assemblies of God here in our district or in the state of Illinois. These guys are very experienced at this, and they are willing to be our partners if we invite them to be our partners. They will help us as much or as little as we request them to do. Our next senior pastor will be selected by the Lord through us as a body in accordance with our Constitution and our bylaws, using a process that the district has developed over several years and has proven to be very effective. Our next pastor will not solely be selected by the church council, nor will it be selected by the Illinois district. It will be selected by us as a body. So it's very important that everyone here is a participant in that process. There is much hard-earned wisdom contained in the district's process. Over the course of several hours, Pastor Gary and Pastor Phil talked about the importance of what we are undertaking, what works and doesn't work based on their experience, and reiterated several times that they were here to advise us, but not direct us. An example of that wisdom is in the recommendation that we expand the search team beyond just the council members. So the council took that under consideration, and we've reached out to 3 members of the congregation to join our team to help evaluate our candidates as they come in. We will be happy to share those names with you after those individuals take the appropriate amount of time to pray and think about this sobering and important process that they are being asked to join. Following our time with Pastor Gary and Pastor Phil, the council continued to meet, to review, discuss, and then initiate the transition plan and the search process. This morning, I'd like to share just a couple of the most important steps that we've taken so far. Step 1 is to make sure that we have a solid plan for Sunday morning service and to maintain the operations of the church. I can stand before you today and confidently tell you that we've got a solid plan. You will hear a very familiar voice from this pulpit most weeks, as Pastor Josh will do the majority of the preaching until a new lead pastor is in place. To enable Josh to focus on delivering the word, Pastor Joe Meyer, who we just heard this morning, along with his wife Linda, who lead our deacon ministry, have agreed to ensure that not only do you continue to get the best pastoral care that this church can possibly provide, but Pastor Joe is going to step up and help with the day-to-day operations of the church and oversee our week-to-week ministries. We have a solid plan to continue the operation of this church, and I want you to have the confidence in your council and this plan. Devin is going to continue to bring the fire and worship. This morning's worship was phenomenal. Thank you for that, Devin. And assist in other areas as needed. So again, church operations, midweek ministries, and Sunday morning service, we've got a solid plan for. And as I said earlier, all of us are going to be part of this process. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is that all of us be in prayer that God reveals his next lead pastor to us. Next, we need to pray for and stand in unity through this process. Please do not expect this process to take a matter of weeks. Again, Pastor Phil and Pastor Gary talked to us, and they have walked several churches through this process, and they have said over and over again, if we're going to do this right, please expect this process to take months. Third, we are going to ask for your feedback and your input at various points in this process. Your first opportunity for that feedback will come in the form of a survey regarding the future of this church and what qualities you believe are important for the pastor of this church to possess. That survey will be given to you on September 19th. We ask for your feedback to come back to the council by September 26th. So 2 weekends from now, you get the survey. The following weekend, we ask you to bring the information back. The pastoral search team will take this information and use it to help us write the job description and the job profile and post that opening to begin the search process. Your feedback, your participation will help set the course for this church moving forward. We are asking you to be actively involved, not a spectator in this process. This is your church as much as it is our church. This is also, and most importantly, God's church. Please help us find the right leader through your prayers and through your prayerful feedback. We pledge to be very open, very honest, and straightforward with you throughout this process. We ask you to stand with us during this time and cover this search process with your prayers and this church with your prayers, so not 1 inch of the ground God has gained in this congregation and in this community through Church on the Rock is yielded back to the enemy. Our next update to you guys will be when we have completed the process of developing and posting the job profile and the job description. We'll discuss at that time how we will be evaluating the candidates during that update. Our goal is to be able to do that update on the second Sunday of October. So again, your feedback comes in the last Sunday of September. We're taking 2 weeks to get that job profile put together, posted, and hopefully we will start seeing the candidates roll in after that. God has great things in store for this church. I am absolutely confident of that. I look forward to seeing his glory and provision revealed through this process. Finally, I would like the church council members to please stand up. Can you guys please stand up? I want everybody to look around. These are the folks that we want you to come to if you have any questions or concerns over this process. These are the folks that are going to be intimately involved and know exactly what's going on. All right? They can dispel any rumors and answer any questions that you may have about the process. Please allow us to serve you in that way. Okay? These are the folks, including myself. We are happy to answer any questions that you have about the process. So please, if you have questions today, please see one of us after service or get in touch with us through the church. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Church is now dismissed.